Hello, today we are discussing dynamic method dispatch, or it is also called runtime polymorphism in Java. This dynamic method dispatch happens in a method overriding. So method overriding is nothing but it is possible in inheritance, and what is it? It is used to provide the specific implementation of a method which is already provided by its superclass. In method overriding, we are achieving runtime polymorphism. Now, what is this dynamic method dispatch and how it achieves runtime polymorphism? Before that, let's understand what is polymorphism in a short. Polymorphism in Java is a concept by which we can perform a single action in a different ways. So, runtime polymorphism or dynamic method dispatch is a process in which a call to an overridden method is resolved at runtime rather than compile time. What does this mean? We know in method overriding, when an overridden method is called in the application, Java determines which version, whether superclass or subclass method, is to be executed based upon the type of the object being referred at the time of call. So whenever call for the method occurs, Java determines whether to execute superclass method or subclass method depending upon which class object it is. Thus, this decision is taken or determination is made at the runtime. So it is called a runtime polymorphism. In method overriding, which version, superclass or subclass of overridden method is to be executed depends on the type of the object being referred and not on the type of the reference variable. Means what? In this process, an overridden method is called through the reference variable of superclass. The determination of the method to be executed based on the object being referred by the reference variable. That means whenever we are creating the object, we are using superclass name, and that means this variable reference is nothing but related to the superclass, and the object is here new superclass. So object is also superclass. So in this case, whenever we will call the overridden method, the superclass method get called. Now another example, here it is reference variable is superclass reference variable, and here new subclass. So object is subclass object. So in that case, whenever we call overridden method, it get called according to the object. That means execution of method is decided by whose object it is, which class object it is. Here reference is superclass reference, but the object is subclass object. That's why overridden method in a subclass get executed, and in this case reference variable superclass reference, and this is object is superclass. So it is which method get executed? Superclass overridden method get executed. Let's understand through the example. Suppose this is class A, and within that we are writing display method. Message is I have enrolled for Java course. For the superclass, this is the display method. Now we'll take inheritance class B, inheritance class A. Extend indicate inheritance. Now within that we'll implement same method display which has implemented in a superclass or class A in another way. That means our message is different here. Me and my friends have enrolled for Java course. So both the method name, return type, everything signature of this method in a superclass and subclass is same, only implementation is different. Now to use these classes, we'll write application class where our public static void main function has included. Now within this, we'll create first reference of superclass. Superclass is class A, so A R1. This is our reference. Now we'll create different objects. So R1 is equal to new A. So this is the object of superclass. Now with this reference variable, whenever I will call display method r1.display, which method get called? Whether the method of superclass or subclass. I told you it depends upon whose object it is. It is not depend upon whose reference it is. It depends upon whose object it is. So new A is the object of superclass. So this display method get called. So this message will get print here as output. Now with the same reference variable R1, which is the reference variable of superclass A, I am calling or I am creating object new B, object of subclass. B is subclass. Now with this R1, I will call display method now. So this call depends upon whose object it is. So here object is of subclass. That's why this display method related to this one. So at the time of execution, this method get executed. So me and my friend have enrolled for Java course message will get displayed. So here we can conclude that Java interpreter decides which overridden method should be executed at the runtime depending upon whose object we are creating. And this is nothing but runtime polymorphism. And here you can see we are using the reference of superclass to create object of superclass also and subclass also. So this is all about dynamic method dispatch and runtime polymorphism. Thank you.